I can tell that I have like this stress response happening right now, even as I tell this story, that I can't imagine a worse day. We often camped up in Pine, Idaho, which is about a 2.5 hour drive or so.
There was a huge group of us all up camping at Angie and Larry Netto's house.
There were these huge trees that lined the creek, and they were easily probably 120 feet tall.
The kids had built up a little dam with the rocks, and so it kind of made a little pool area. And a lot of us moms would just sit with our feet in the water.
We sat, we enjoyed each other, we had Dutch oven dinners, we played games.
And I remember thinking, like, this is the most perfect day.
All of a sudden, we could start feeling the wind pick up a little bit. And within 2 minutes, it was crazy wind.
Figured it was like a microburst that usually happens in Idaho, and it would last like 5 or 6 minutes.
We had on our tent trailer an awning, very flimsy, made of aluminum poles and a very thin kind of canvas. We wanted to kind of hold on to our awning just to protect it from the poles flying or gust of wind ripping it off or whatnot.
Jennifer held one pole, I held one pole, and Noah held one pole. And then Brooke was sitting on a step right behind us.
You know, the trees are swaying, and all of a sudden we hear this really loud, like, cracking noise.
All this crazy noise, and whoosh, buried the Gerlach's camper.
Watching that tree come down on top of those kids, my heart sank for the kids. It sank for the parents. I didn't know what we were going to find.
I thought I was paralyzed when it happened because, I looked to the right where Noah was standing, and the steel poles were bent like toothpicks, and there was debris and branches everywhere. I was kind of paralyzed because I didn't want to see my son squished, and I was about 99% sure that he was just squished and dead.
Full sick feeling of knowing that this tree is on top of my children, and I don't know what the damage is. I just can't even describe what that feeling was like of not knowing if my kids were dead. And it just felt like I was in this surreal dream. Like, I didn't feel myself walking. I didn't feel myself really anything. I felt like floating. It was just unbelievably horrifying.
I personally remember running from under my awning as fast as I could to that tree and climbing up on that huge tree and like pulling branches off and like digging for Brooke and Noah, who we knew were buried under there.
We find Noah and Brooke, and they come up and their glasses are bent, and Brooke's got her scratches on her face. Just seeing Noah and Brooke moving and talking, that was just an unbelievable relief.
The Gerlach's camper was just destroyed. We kind of started picking through things, and the little kids all came down. Ava and Leah, like smart thinking, ran up and took shelter.
We are taking what we want out of this camper, leaving it here, and we're driving home. I couldn't sleep at all, but I remember I woke up in the middle of the night, and I swear I saw a fire outside of our bedroom window that I think I was just so on edge that I was just imagining worst case scenarios everywhere. I even got up out of bed to go look out the window to see if there's actually a fire in our backyard.